Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We got a new member. Inetta is a new member. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the team. Thank you for signing up for a new member. Listen, I want you guys. Hey, Wendella. I'm sorry, my eyes. I gotta put my damn glasses on. Cause I ain't doing. Now I'm dropping them. Let's put these glasses on. Cause my eyes are blurry. Wendolyn. Listen, so you're gonna need to grab your popcorn. This is going to be a long live, okay? A long, long live. And I would love for you guys to get that popcorn out, okay? Get the popcorn out because we have a lot to discuss. I want to tell you that this is only part 2 of what I'm going to share with you. It's going to give you some insight of the whole situation with Blueface and Chriseanrock, how it might end up going when Blueface gets out, which is to me a shame, and how these two women are affected by what's going on now and in the past and what could potentially happen in the present time. There's no changing Blueface in this current situation. That is just who he is. Now, I want to say shout out, and I meant to put in the top of the description box, but I will when I get off this live, to Hollywood Unlock. A lot of y'all may have saw this live, but I doubt it very much. A lot of y'all got through the whole live because Hollywood Unlock, I will tell you, giving credit when credit's due, that brother be doing some interviews. He does interviews like Vlad TV, where he pretty much goes in for hours, but he doesn't break his interviews down like Vlad does. So you could be on an interview with Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee, and if you don't see it, I believe he must be premiering them. I don't know. I hope that he is, because if he's doing it in a live format, you'll probably catch the whole video from the beginning to the end, and you'll see what's going on. But I mean, there was some behaviors, there was some conversations that I was even unaware of. There was some things that was set straight, and this was 8 months ago, prior to Blueface going to jail, that I took the time out, because it says on the video it was 8 months ago that they had this interview with Jaden and Blueface. Now we know that Chriseanrock has been on to the platform a few times with Blueface. That is no surprise. But let me tell you, baby, he's a very disrespectful man to women. I really feel bad. I really feel like everything's gonna definitely go back to the way it was. You're gonna hear him clear up just exactly what happened to Chriseanrock's tooth, which we all know, but it's always better when you hear it from the horse's mouth. Hey, Tiffany. It's always better to hear the story of the two parties involved in that situation. You're gonna hear exactly what Jaden busted him doing with Chrisean one time, which I have never heard it being spoken about at all on the internet. They even talked about, because Jason Lee was wondering why the footage wasn't shown of Chriseanrock hitting into that horse, because they said it was a statue, and I believe it to be that horse, that little colorful horse that they had going on. Hey, Houston, hitters. So you're gonna hear a lot of stuff that you are not gonna imagine that went down on that 3-hour video. Jason Lee be getting it in. He don't hold nothing back. We all know he got a mouth on him, and he just says whatever he wants to say. Now let's just make this clear before we start this live. This is a live commentary video. It took me 2 days just to edit an hour and a half of content. Okay? But what we're not going to do is just listen to the video. We're going to do live commentary to the video because I have a lot of thoughts. You guys have a lot of thoughts. I got to keep up with the chat and what you guys think of what you're hearing. And I also have to keep up with what I have to say as well. So we're going to begin now. Now I'm trying to figure out which one is which because hold on, let me take them both down and then bring them back up because it doesn't have a label on them. And I want to start with the first one because I'm doing it from the beginning to the end. And tomorrow we'll do the second part. It'll be just as long. It was a 3 hour live that this man did with Chrisean, well, with Jaidyn Alexis, well, her too.
We haven't even said a word yet, but the internet's going crazy.
And Jaidyn Alexis and Blueface. He openly admits, I don't know if he's playing around. Jason Lee has a crush on, hey Buttercup, on Blueface, so it ain't no surprise to me, but all his interviews along anyways, that he invested that much time, honey, getting all the tea. He's an excellent, if you ask me, interviewer because, honey, some stuff came out. And let me tell you something that you're going to notice. Pay attention to the body language of Blueface. And I keep saying Chriseanrock. Oh, forgive me, baby girl, for calling you Chriseanrock. And pay attention to even Jaidyn more so. Because soon as that drink was almost empty out that cup, they started spilling the tea, honey. And that's when the true Blueface came out. Because at first he was trying to dismiss the relations that he had with Chriseanrock. He was speaking on it, but then again he wasn't. So you guys pay attention. So let's get started. Hey Tiffany. Hey Buttercup. Hey Latisse. How y'all? Happy Sunday.
Going crazy. We haven't even said a word yet, but the internet's going crazy because you two have figured out how to, and I will say you have figured out how to be a mastermind and manipulate the internet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think it's you. You're an Aquarius, and somebody was telling me in the
She's
studio that
laughing
Aquarius
now,
are very
but trust me.
strategic and very cunning and very.
She's laughing now, but as that drink gets lower and lower, and you'll see the 2 drinks that are on that table, he's going to start really disrespecting her. He's going to get the loose lips and he's going to really come out of his shell. And you're going to see some of the stuff that he's going to say. Now, some of you might say you've seen it before. That's kudos to you. But I'll tell you one thing. I've seen it too. However, I didn't see the whole 3 hours. And I watched the whole 3 hours. And that's what made me pedal back and say, hey, I'm gonna record this whole entire interview and I'm gonna edit it and share it with my community because it's a real long interview. 3 hours is long.
Flirtatious, and that you have to be the mastermind behind the fact that you right now, Jaidyn, and another party who's not here, who we'll talk about in a second, are single-handedly dominating social media to the extent that you are hurting America in the world.
Hurting America.
Laugh now, Jaidyn.
What do you think about that?
Pay attention to his cool, calm, and collected behavior because he's gonna transform into a demon.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tristan. I'm just living my life.
Pay attention.
On camera.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about it.
That for those of you in the streets, that's called plausible deniability. It's where you act like you don't know what's happening, but you really know what's happening. But anyway, again, he's a master at it. Okay, so a couple of observations. We did not talk about what we were in today, but for whatever reason, the attire is definitely elevated from your last visit here. When you were here with Chrisean, you all were dressed very comfortable, very
Now, see, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if Jason Lee is lying or not. So, I'm gonna just say this to you. But he has it, and I'm gonna just say, all statements are allegedly. But let me just say this to you. He is a troublemaker. He likes to bring up the most uncomfortable questions, and particularly about Chriseanrock. And sometimes when men, like, other men, they kind of sort of can get like females. And they do little stuff like we females do to, ruffle some feathers. And that's why you're gonna definitely hear him mention throughout this interview, reminding Blueface, you can pull the wool over Jaidyn Alexis's eyes, but you're not gonna do it on here on this platform. If you came onto my platform, I'm nosy and I'm going to get to the meat and the potatoes.
In your element.
Right.
Today you're dressed very much like not right off the runway. I know Paris Fashion Week was recent, but you also just left court. You're dressed very dapper, and you're dressed very nice. You guys are matching. You're sitting very close.
They both do.
You seem to be very calm. Is this strategic, or is this just really where you are right now in life, that you're moving on up?
I mean, I'm matching her vibe. She's more upscale, so I'm upscaling it.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
That was funny.
So let's get into this real quick. So you two are high school sweethearts who've been together for a long time. You have 2 children, one of which I've said this to him, but I'll say it to you. You have the cutest kids. Like
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Your son, like he could literally be mine, except he doesn't
Girl,
want him to be gay. And I want my kids to be gay. Because, we just have a lot less issues. Now, no, so you guys been together, high school sweethearts. You met in high school.
Yeah.
Tell me what that was like. Because the Jonathan Porter pictures and the Jay and Alexis pictures that I've seen as kids, you guys have grown into different people. At least on the outside, maybe not.
For sure.
Well, no, it was like a typical, like, he's a football player type of situation. And he came to my school because it was, like, out of season. So he left, like, whatever school he was at from playing. And then we ended up just in the same PE class on some random.
Yeah, we met in PE class.
Is that where y'all met?
Yeah.
Really?
She was a freshman. I was a sophomore.
Playing what?
Nothing. We just,
On the track.
it was like at this school, we all just like, didn't matter what grade you was in. If you had PE period, you was at the same, like, if we was playing basketball that day or if we was on the track or whatever, we all had the same,
And he wasn't a Crip then? And you didn't have tattoos then?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't have tattoos. Okay. He didn't either. We was
no,
I was like a sophomore.
Yeah.
And I know some people from like when you were in high school. You were an athlete. You were I don't want to say a good kid because what is a good or bad kid? You were just Jonathan.
No, I was just quiet for real in football.
I would say observant, not really quiet.
Observant.
But you weren't schoolyard Crip.
Too much credit now, good.
I mean, I had friends, affiliates, and stuff, but I was never committed. No.
And then you guys were in PE classes together, running the track. And then at some point, you decide we've ran the track. Now let's run it back to your house. And
how did it happen?
How did we? Oh no, we went to the movies.
Yeah.
We went to the movies like on a double date.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, and then that's just like, and we started hanging out.
Yeah.
And then when did you start feeling like this gonna be the one? Because to be with somebody this long, especially like, now I'm dating a Crip too. Crips are very complicated individuals, but I also understand like the energy, and it's different having grown up around a bunch of Bloods. And again, I love everybody. Like I'm a very much equal opportunity. But now I'm dating a Crip, and I understand it, right? When did you know that like, okay, we're gonna go from PE, we're gonna go from going to the movies on a double date to this is gonna be my baby daddy, my man?
Well, it was like mutual. Like he started pursuing me, and then so I was like, I was for it. Like that was my type. And then we went to the movies, and then we just started hanging out. And I actually asked like my family if he could come over, because I knew they wasn't gonna let me go over to anybody's house they never met, because I was still just freshly like a sophomore, like, and they have never had a boyfriend.
And
they would have never went for that.
What's your ethnic background?
I'm Black, white, Asian, and Mexican.
And you brought it.
Yeah, but my grandma is Black and Taiwanese, and then my mom is
some Mexican
mixed with white.
So
I didn't grow up with any Mexicans in my household. It was just Black, white, and Asian.
because people watching may not know in LA, like black and brown is a whole different world. Like there's
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
100%.
race is real in LA.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get that confused about me, that they just think like I just have like some Mexican mom or something. I didn't grow up with any of my Mexican heritage around me that much, so it was just a black, white, Asian household.
So race was never an issue.
3 hours.
No, it was never that. The issue was just having a guy come over, like, you know.
Yeah, this is 3 hours, but I was only I was only able to edit an hour and a half of it. So I'm gonna edit the rest of it tomorrow. I'm not even tackling that to tomorrow. I might start it tonight, but it won't be going up to tomorrow, y'all.
You know, that I just had to ask, like, can he come over, like, and we hang out?
Yeah, so she
But
basically grew
y'all
up in
better
a
pay
family full
attention.
of females.
Yeah.
Your dad wasn't there?
No.
Or is your
Jaden
dad?
ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna tell you that
Is
right
he still
now.
in jail?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been in jail for how long?
Well, he's in and out, but I think this last time he's gonna stay in there. But I haven't seen him since I was like 7 or 8.
And you're 25.
Yeah.
And you're 26. Yeah. And so when you guys started dating, you were how old?
13.
So y'all were dating all the way since 13? And was this your first boyfriend?
Yeah, like my first official boyfriend.
And you brought him home at what age?
Like 14, 15.
Yeah,
but it was on
14.
some like, it was like, everyone was hanging out at the McDonald's, but they wouldn't let me do that. So it was either I'm gonna just probably go do that, or can we just come hang out here?
In supervision of the family.
Of course, yeah. Nobody was never not home.
Right.
Like it was never that.
Okay, so did you lose your virginity to him?
Yes.
Got it. And what? Because everybody in here is senior. We literally have texted to each other. I mean, everybody's laughing. Y'all are messy.
That's
Can
what
y'all
y'all
let me do my interview? Oprah doesn't put up with this. Let me do my thing. No, okay, so you're dating Jonathan. Family's accepted him. Now you're evolving into teenagers. Do you go to prom with him?
And he says that in this interview.
We went to his prom.
You hear it, Latisse? That
Why
man
didn't you
ain't
go to your prom?
no joke with
He
it.
was away at college.
Yeah, I went to college.
So I didn't go to mine. But I went to his, and I went to like all his stuff.
I didn't know she
Okay,
been
and
through this
so
much.
you're dating the
They talked
athlete.
about it on
You were an
this
athlete
interview.
in high school too?
No.
Okay, you were just the pretty girl hanging out with the other pretty girls talking about the athlete boyfriend.
No, she was just regular, pretty much.
Yeah, I wasn't like, I didn't play sports. I didn't really have that.
I know he has control over Jaden, and he's washed the brain. She's brainwashed, and so is Chriseanrock, right? I didn't know it went to this extent. You guys ain't heard, but this is like the beginning. So it's kind of sort of like Jason Lee is trying to fine tune it and rock them to sleep. So they don't even know what they have in store. And he knows that they drink that Hennessy because Blueface got, them doing it, and he drinks it. But Hunty, watch them glasses on that table. Cause soon as Blueface gets that liquor in him, it's gonna all come out. At first, he's gonna act like he's dismissing Chrisean like she don't exist. But Hunty, when that drink's almost gone, Blueface is out.
Many friends. I go like just now. I stick to myself. I only have a couple friends now. Like it's been the same.
You're actually pretty likable.
Thank
you. Know? I'm asking you a lot of questions because you get a lot of hate online.
Yeah.
And it's because of him. You know that.
Yeah, that's
Stockholm
fine.
syndrome. Yep.
Crips. Okay. So now because because the other thing I think is crazy is when I see him get a lot of hate, and I understand why he gets hate. Privately or personally, he's a good guy.
Right.
Yeah,
You guys are.
okay.
I'm really a good guy, Jason.
You are.
If everybody would just give me a chance. I'm really a
After
nice
this
guy.
interview,
Well,
I'm kind of
You gotta
side-eyeing
give yourself a chance. We'll talk about that in a
See?
second. All right, but going back to so you're dating, and then you lose your virginity to him, but you had already lost your virginity, right?
Many
Okay,
times.
got it. Okay, and then while you're dating, as kids growing up into young adults, do you
Hey, Tania.
when does the first break happen, and are you
Happy
faithful to
Sunday
her as
to
your
everyone.
kids growing into this young love?
So in the beginning, that's what you're asking about, right?
Yeah.
You're asking about the beginning. You're asking if I've been a cheater my whole life, huh?
Yes.
We'll get there. That question's
That's what you're
coming.
asking?
Yeah, it's coming.
Well, the answer is yes, Jason. I've been a cheater my whole life.
And
Really?
he's so proud of
Yes.
Is it because
She
see, I
said
think
yes,
the
like
reason why
it's
men are cheaters,
a
and I
good
do believe
thing.
all men cheat, is because people are afraid to have the conversation about hall passes and having untraditional relationships. I don't personally believe that I was put on this earth to just be with one person, but I'm honest with the people that I'm with to have
Do you
that
think that everyone's ready at a certain time?
That's all that matters.
I think that when me and Floyd Mayweather always talk about this, like he's kind of put the rolling credits out there, and you see the movie, So if you choose to star in it, you know the film. You
Okay.
can't like
Okay.
sign
I
up to
agree.
star in the movie and then change the script.
Agree.
Yeah. So, but I'm not necessarily siding with you.
We're
either,
not talking about you. We're talking about a general statement.
Yeah, very general. Because you're a different. There's going to be a study about you at some point. For real.
They're gonna put you under a microscope. Like, what's wrong with this one?
You're going to be a study in a university. I promise you, this is going to be a course. Okay, left court. You're dressed.
I just messed up. Damn.
Like some Mexican mom or something. I didn't grow up with.
Cheated my whole life, huh?
We'll get there.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad for her when it switched over the conversation, and then Blueface got beside himself and brought up what he's gonna bring up. I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag if you didn't hear it. But soon as he said what he said, like 45 minutes into the interview, which we're nowhere near it, her whole body language changed from the rest of that time, and she was pretty much quiet. Like her feelings were hurt. She was embarrassed. She felt betrayed. Well, she feels betrayed all the time, so she should be used to it. But I kind of felt bad for her.
Questions
That's what you're asking?
Yeah, it's coming.
Well, the answer is yes, Jason. I've been a cheater my whole life.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I hit it back.
See, I think the reason why men are cheaters, and I do believe all men cheat, is because people are afraid to have the conversation about hall passes and
Happy Sunday.
having untraditional relationships. I don't personally believe that I was put on this earth to just be with one person, but I'm honest with the people that I'm with.
Do you think that everyone's ready at a certain time?
That's all that matters.
I think that when, me and Floyd Mayweather always talk about this, like he's kind of put the rolling credits out there and you see the movie. So if you choose to star in it, you know the film.
The tease
You
was
can't
up at
like
4
sign
a.m.
up to star in the movie and then change the script.
Agree.
Yeah. So, but I'm not necessarily siding with you.
We're not talking about you. We're talking about a general statement.
Yeah, very general. Because you're a different. There's going to be a study about you at some point. For real.
They're going to put you under a microscope. Like, what's wrong with this one?
You're going to be a study in a university. I promise you, this is going to be a course. So you've always been a cheater. Is it just you've always wanted to just sleep with different people, or is it that you just never?
No, it's just people always want to sleep with me. And,
Wow.
You just comply.
Jason, I ain't gay.
Well, I'm going to run you out of here if you worried about that.
So when these women want to lay down,
snipe that one
I
up
might
out
be
of here.
So you just lay down.
You feel me?
Running out of a content statement.
You feel me? I might need a break.
See what I'm saying?
So the break means you need to lay down, because if you're tired,
That's not
you go
the
to
case
sleep.
at all,
But
actually.
you lay down and you don't go to sleep. Right?
Exactly. That's what he's saying.
So as you're dating him and
Not at first.
okay, at first you were faithful.
No, I'm saying you don't go to sleep at first.
No, I know you get put to sleep or you put I know the process. I'm gay, you're not, but it's pretty much the same thing.
process.
Right. Well, yes. It's not the same thing, but whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so you're dating, young love. You're always a cheater. Like you're always a person that's promiscuous. Where did the promiscuity, where did the need to just sleep with a bunch of people? Was it your community? Was it lack of having that father figure in the household? Or do you had a father? I don't know. Because last time you were here, you really didn't answer a lot of stuff going on.
Jason, they just want me, man. What? You feel me? I'm one man. I can't turn down everybody, Jason. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, they must be on
But
the
it
second
seems like sometimes
channel.
you don't turn down
know.
anybody.
He might not have it. He's not going to have a ride home if he keeps talking.
You gonna disrespect me like that, Jason?
Okay. So
I turned down plenty of women, Jason.
Okay. So your young love, do you know that he's...
No, okay, so at first I didn't have any idea. But everyone, actually it's crazy because everyone warned me. They were like, oh, you're talking to so-and-so. I'm like, I mean, it's nothing like that yet. Like, why? Like, what's tea for real? And they would be like, oh, he's, And I'm like, but why? But
Who was
why?
saying that?
The homegirls.
When I was young?
Yes. They would tell me. So I'm like,
He thinks it's funny.
But I
It's
didn't
not
really
really
listen.
funny.
I was just like, are you being a hater? Or are you just like, or was you trying to talk to him? It wasn't going well or something. I don't know. I didn't really feed into it because I'm not the type of person that's like, you could tell me something that's not going to feed how I, if I'm going to learn him first or not. Because I judge everyone equally. Like, they might not like you, but what if I like you? Even as friend or not, like, whatever.
And sometimes your homegirls that don't got no man be the loudest ones.
You see what I'm saying? So I just was like,
All
like,
the time.
all right, he asked me. So then I'm like, I'm gonna see how I feel. So I ended up a while, and it ended up just being long term. And I was just like, well, whatever. But then I find out other stuff came to be.
And you accepted it.
No, I didn't accept it. We would break up at times.
But you would go back.
He would come back.
We did all our toxic stuff
He would come back. I didn't go back.
We did all our toxic stuff in high school. Put it that way.
Well, you're still doing toxic. Meaning,
I'm saying between me and her.
Okay,
you know
got
what I
it,
mean?
got
Like,
it.
she did her things where she would, wander off.
So you had
Not
other
to
men?
the point like you.
Not other men, but like she would like entertain people. Like in high school though, like before I took her virginity and whatnot. So like we met. She didn't just give me the draws. You feel me?
Yeah, no, that didn't happen like that.
I had a year, but in between that year, when I would do my thing, she would.
We wasn't serious until that year. Like he took my virginity, but he wasn't still being serious.
Yeah,
but in that year, were you falling in love? Like, cause you guys have guys have a bond that's when it's this long and this much history and all that. I mean, absent what we see on social media, I'm just trying to like lay the foundation.
Yeah.
Like there was a real relationship established with respect, and it was a journey getting to the other stuff.
Exactly. So within that year, I was growing like feelings for her, because I always had other women, but. It's always one that just has my feelings at the time.
What do feelings for a woman look like to you?
To me?
Like, do you have feelings for women? For a woman?
I'm more looking for like a partner than like a woman,
Like a companion?
Yeah, I'm looking
partner
for a partner.
in crime.
Somebody that can fill the void, fill in the blanks, and then vice versa.
What's the void?
And y'all called Dre crazy? Yeah, I did too. But let me tell you something, honey. He was not lying, honey, when he was talking about Blueface was controlling her money. And maybe Chriseanrock didn't know, but they are brothers. You're gonna hear him talk about he admits that he didn't sign no contracts with Chriseanrock. He managed all her money. And whatever she wanted, like her jewelry, he bought her whatever she wanted. Of course, it was with her own money. Honey, he said a whole lot of tea. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure y'all hit that like button because I put in a lot of work editing this stuff.
I don't ask for much, Jason. All I need is somebody to keep my house clean.
My God.
I know it, right? Latex gloves.
House clean.
Mm-hmm. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And just, listen, but like let the dog in and out, when I'm not around, feed the dog.
I don't
You gotta
like
need
dogs.
a partner, you feel me? Like, Jason, look, I need a female. I understand that. I realized that a long time ago. Uh-huh. Because why not have one?
Can't be alone, huh?
Well, I can tell you why. I don't have one, but that's
I'm saying a partner.
I understand. A companion.
A partner.
Yes.
Like,
because life is easier when you're going through it with somebody.
Thank you.
I mean, that's fair. But it's also making sure you choose the right person to go through it.
I'd much rather be miserable with her than be miserable by myself.
Okay, we're gonna get to this. Cause see, I really feel like I can just say, sitting here with both of you, the energy is very different than our last interview.
He's a troublemaker.
Great.
I think it's a good way.
Okay.
But it's also different in a interesting way because we still haven't gotten into all the toxicity. Because right now people are watching and there's a couple rumors that I want to just clear up. Everybody believes that I am Team Jaden because of you.
I remember that.
And let me just be no shade.
No, I know. I don't even think that.
You sniped that person.
No shade. Let me be very clear. I'm Team Hollywood Unlocked. I love Blueface. Everybody knows. I've told you if you're my fans that he's my celebrity crush. And so because he's not gay, I went and found my own crib. So Jaden, you and I can do a double date when Crip Day comes to town.
We can do that.
Jason, look. I felt like it was a couple times.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because don't pull me. A couple times what?
Keep in mind his
a couple
business.
times.
Couple times what?
He was being a little flirtatious. I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
What did he do?
Listen.
So I ain't
At
never
least he kept it real.
Listen.
I don't think he means no harm.
Listen. I'm 50 days sober. The last time I saw them out in Miami,
tell them the truth.
I had a few drinks, and I knew he was at the club, going to be at the club. So I went on, put on a blue outfit. I show up the Crips the way that I'm supposed to show up. I showed up. I saw Jaden in the cut. He was very menacing, very plotatious as an Aquarius. He's putting the social media together. He puts me on blast. He says Hollywood. I didn't even know he did this. He tagged and said, Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked approve this. Put them in the thing. All my fans are going crazy on Twitter. I'm like, what's happening? Chrisean follows me. I'm like, what's happening? And now I'm sucked into this thing that he created. This is why I know he is a serial killer. Hold on. And then
you ain't sucked into nothing.
Well,
Jason.
pause. So I'm sorry.
Ain't sucked into no thing.
But you can't tell a gay person.
On this side of the couch.
You can't pause a gay person. Wait, I can't pause a straight person? I'm gay, I can't pause. Pause. Possible deniability.
Possible. Pause.
Okay.
Put me on pause.
So I'm talking to him.
Thank you.
And we're talking, and I said, "Can I be honest with you?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay. You're my celebrity crush." And he just said, "I already knew that." And he went on about the.
That's funny you said that, because he either got the lap band, or what is that other thing? Put in the comment section when you get your stomach cut. There's two different procedures. Or he got that Ozempic, because people are really taking that Ozempic. That's funny you said that. He lost that weight too quickly.
Conversation, but what I liked in the moment was,
now I know how to lose weight quickly now. You can lose 40, 50 pounds in a month, but it would have to be from fasting or something. That's the only natural way you can lose weight quickly and it be healthy. But he lost weight quick. I thought he had something going on.
You know, I have this thing where I can get along with drug dealers, gangsters, gay people, celebrities, broke, billionaires. I love people, and people just accept me. And I do. What I like about our friendship is you accept me for who I am. I can be who I want to be around you. And I like that you felt comfortable enough that night when you met me, because people typically don't, to just be yourself around me without it being weird. And I say all that as a joke. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about him when he's not around, but you know, whatever. But you always treat me with respect, and I always feel the love.
I'm not homophobic. I don't got nothing against you. You know, your lifestyle, your preference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love people too, man. Long as you. So.
As he's taking his clothes off.
He was trying to take it off back there.
Remember that show where Mariah Carey stripped down on MTV? That's not happening here on the Jason Lee Show. We don't do that.
I wanted to get you a chance to meet me, like how I do everybody else, because I know that it's obvious something was going on prior to meeting me. A lot of people that way. Yeah. So, you know, I appreciate the opportunity.
No, I like that. I like that. But I like the organic intrigue, you know, but I want to clear up. He said I was Team Jaden. Like, so all of you now, all the fans think that I've sided and I'm somehow applying. And you did another thing that was shady. And this is what I'm telling you.
Shady, you were shady too, though, at the club. Yeah. At the club.
What'd I do?
We met and we was cool, but then you pulled that sign out.
Congratulations.
And I didn't say nothing. I didn't get mad.
You had just had a baby.
No,
but you was shady, though.
It was messy.
You was messy.
Jaden, honey, get used to it, because this is just the beginning of the shadiness. This is the beginning, the first part of the interview, honey. He gonna have you quiet right along with Blueface. Blueface gonna finish that drink on that table. He gonna get down to the bottom of that Hennessy, and honey, he gonna get to spilling the beans, honey. And honey, he gonna hurt your little feelings.
See, that's fine.
I sent y'all a bottle, and for both of you to drink, but I couldn't congratulate you because I couldn't congratulate you because you know you were in Miami with him while he was having the baby in LA.
Understandable.
Well, I thought it was LA, but I guess it was Baltimore, right? Where the baby was born?
No comment.
I don't know where that baby was born, man. Next question is.
Wow.
Get back on topic, Jason.
Meanwhile, when they were here last time, him and Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all.
When that liquor kicked in, you'll see how he switches up, and it seems like he turned the whole interview into Chrisean and his relationship and what he was trying to do for her and did for her, and you'll hear it.
All that smoking and drinking here in the thing. Did you not know that she had a baby on the way that day?
I don't know nothing about none. Next question, Jason. Get to the good question.
That's a great question, because we had to put previously recorded in your interview because all the drinking and smoking that was happening in the studio, it was like the next week, you know.
She's an adult. She can make her own decisions.
Yeah, but
did you know that
with
she
her
was
and had a
pregnant?
baby, so come on now, bro.
Did she know she was pregnant?
Nobody knows nothing about that girl.
Okay, well, allegedly. All right, so you went live recently. We're gonna work our way around. There's so much here. Saying you were like, yeah, you're breaking down the timeline things you said, and Jason Lee was planning the baby shower. Threw me all in the conversation about a baby shower.
I did. I'll take admission for that, but that only made it look more, you know.
No.
Flirtatious. You were planning the baby shower. You did ask me to help.
Right.
We were in a group text.
Right.
You asked me to host. I told you I don't host, but what you were asking was because you were coming to
I just wanted you
to help put it together.
Latif.
You know, the situation.
Because I'm classy.
Exactly.
And then I tried to put it together, and then it abruptly came to an end, and then we understood later why it came to an end because you've been very vocal about that.
Exactly.
But I wasn't planning. I'm not in the baby shower thing.
No, you weren't planning.
LP, you ain't never lied.
Me to somebody, to the planner.
Okay. Yeah. So the reason why I ask is because
my
since
content,
you left
sweetie.
this show, it has been a roller coaster on social media with trying to figure out who you're with. And sometimes I don't even know if you know, like you just wake up and it's...
I know. What do you mean? I promote it, I present it every single day.
Okay, so when you left the show, you guys had this whole roller coaster, and then it seemed like at some point she got off the ride or you got off the ride, and then you went home. Were you always home? What has been your situation together? Like, have you guys always been a family unit?
Okay, this is how I started. She was 8 months pregnant. Chrisean got the job.
It was way earlier.
Chrisean got the job. She left. She took my car. She took the kids. She went and said, "I'm never coming back."
She was 8 months pregnant.
No, I wasn't 8 months. I was like 3 months pregnant. 4 months. I was finding out the gender at that point.
Okay.
And that's
you
when
got the job.
No, I didn't. I was 4 months pregnant living at the house. And then that's what happened.
4 months pregnant. What's her name got that?
She was living with you 4 months pregnant with the second child.
Yeah, you don't want to even say Chriseanrock's name until that drink gets almost at the bottom.
We already been.
So when you were here at the show with the other person,
I think I had gave birth by then.
Okay.
Her name is Chrisean.
We might have to date check, but I wasn't living at the house when that happened.
Okay.
When I came here, what's her name? She gave birth already.
Okay.
So when she was 4 months, I'm telling you how it transpired.
Got it. Okay.
So she got that tattoo. She like, that's not business. I'm out of here. She left, took the kids.
Took his car.
Took my car.
And just left.
I'm texting her like for a week. Come back. You know, you don't gotta do this. Come back.
You left like not telling him where you were going?
Yeah,
not at all.
She just left.
I just told him, I said, if you're not here in the next hour, I'm gone. He wasn't there. I said, boom, I'm out. Bags was packed already. I wasn't playing that because I was, obviously when you're pregnant, when you first start getting pregnant, the hormones is crazy. But I also he was already on his own, like, it was just more than that. That was just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, my mom was there too.
Yeah, so it was just icing on the cake to the whole situation. I was just like,
I think she is gonna still deal with him.
And I wanted to have this baby. You actually begged. You wanted me to get.
I think honestly, Diane Long, and I respect what you're saying, but I think she is going to go back to him. And this is the purpose of me sharing this video. That's why I had to remove somebody that said, oh, y'all are running out of content. It has nothing to do with running out of content. I just wanted to just remind people going forward that unless they went to counseling or something, or family counseling or something like that, where you can overcome, like Blueface can overcome the kind of man that he is with women and how he treats them. And these women have talked to counselors and are getting help for allowing themselves to be treated this way from Blueface. They're not just up and leaving this dude. And I just wanted to let you know just the mentality. And this is probably the longest in history that you'll hear Jaidyn and the mind thought of what she thinks in her mind and what she says out of her mouth on that tongue of hers. She's not going anywhere. The only way that's gonna end is if she walks away or Chrisean walks away.
Off birth control. So I got off birth control. We tried for a year and it finally happened. Cool. But now I'm just like, what are we doing? Now it's too late for all that. So what are we doing? So I just wasn't feeling it.
So you're 8 months pregnant this time.
4 months when I left.
Okay, when you left, Mom, Carlissa's living there too.
Yeah.
In your house.
Yeah.
While Carlissa's on the internet, on Beyonce's internet every day.
That was for like the restaurant time. Yeah. So that's when me and her were cool. Like once I got to that point at 8 months, we wasn't cool. But when I first initially left and moved out, I was 4 months and I had just found out the gender and stuff. We was gonna have a gender reveal, and I left because he's playing games.
And so when you're 4 months pregnant with her, Mom is there. Mom is burning down the internet, Beyonce's internet every day.
Yeah.
Are you waking up in the morning with her in your home and then in the evening having sex with Chrisean?
Like, I probably see Chrisean like 2 times out of the week. you know, and then I'd be at home for the rest of the time being. And then once she left, I gave her like a week, Jason. I hit her up, come back, please, you feel me, come back. She like, no, I want to go get my own thing, I want to do my own thing. I told her I'll help you, we can put it in our name. She, no, I want to do it my way. Wait, let me finish my story.
Go ahead.
My way.
Go ahead.
Jason. Jason, get in the game.
No, okay. So he playing. I don't know what
Threw
he's
her in the
about.
game.
Because this is the one you were gonna build with.
Yeah.
This is the one that you already had one kid, 1.5 with, getting along decently with moms, but now you're starting to fall out. Hormones are kicking in.
I think that's what also trickled into it is because I was just like, she started getting on my nerves, and then he was getting on my nerves, and I'm pregnant, and it's all annoying, and I was just over it, and then I just wanted to I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Were you leaving because he was getting on your nerves, or you were leaving because he was going between you and Chrisean?
I was leaving for the whole situation because it was like, yeah, you doing this and that in the private, right? But in this home, I'm irritated with what's going on in here. Mm-hmm. They not doing this and they not doing that, and I'm not gonna. Yeah, it was just like it's too much.
Not fist fighting,
no. I just didn't want to put up or have to clean up after nobody.
You're gonna hear in this interview, he's gonna clear it up. He's always had other women. Before Chriseanrock, don't just blame Chriseanrock for messing up a happy home. If it wasn't Chriseanrock, there were people prior to Chriseanrock. He was talking about Jiggy because he mentioned the short hair girl and the polygamy. That's how that got started. You'll hear everything from the two horses' mouth. And honey, it's crazy what you're gonna hear. This is part 1, and this don't even get juicy yet.
And it's like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, they was arguing about that, like who's cleaning up.
So the issues that you were having with him in the relationship and why you left had nothing to do with what was happening externally?
It did. It had something to do with it. It was just like how, it's just weird. Like, why, you know what I'm saying? You saying that this is that situation, like it's a business situation. So then why is that happening? And then obviously he's going to lie about it and, sugarcoat it. I'm not going for that. And then now in the house, it's like, I can't even be peaceful in the house. So that's what really triggered me as a pregnant person. I was just like, I'm triggered and you playing around externally also. So it's like, so outside and inside, I'm not going to be cool. It's not going to work.
But you were talking about as you were growing up in young love and growing into the young adults and having the kid. And when you have a kid, the bond is different because you're not just talking about each other. You're talking about your family. You're talking about the kid. You're talking about all these adult things. He's growing into becoming Blueface. So Jonathan is gone. Blueface is here. Fame is happening.
Right.
Social media is real. Now people are they're invested in your relationship. So there's all of that. And then he has Chrisean. What part of was there a conversation as you were growing into Blueface, Jaden, and Chrisean fame and all of that where it was like, look, if you have a female on the side, I don't care as long as it doesn't affect what we got? Or were you accepting of it ever, or was it always a problem?
No, I was never accepting of it. It just it was like
she
it was
had no
overstepping its boundaries.
It.
Like how he would downplay everything and then he would downplay it on the internet. Like, oh, why are you getting this tattoo? Why are you doing this? And da da da. He would downplay it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then I guess that's how, somebody want to look. That's not me though. But once I started not being happy in the home and you doing too.
He was downplaying it because he was trying to make Jaden think, oh, that girl's just crazy, man. I don't know why she's doing all that. But low key, he knew exactly why she was doing all that, Chriseanrock. Telling Chriseanrock one thing and telling Jaden another. We all know the routine. Only thing different with this situation is that it's public because their job is on social media and they choose to put their business out there.
Too much, like they posting their new tattoos and all that. I wasn't going to be mentally stable to take care of Javon and carry another child living in the home, having to deal with his mom, having to deal with this, having to deal with him not coming home, having to deal with this person, all that. I had to take a mental note for myself and for the kids outside of him. Like, am I going to be able to do this staying here or not? So I chose I'm going to separate myself. You do what you got to do. And when you figure yourself out, let me holler at me.
Where'd you go?
I got my own place. I went and stayed with my mom for a couple of days and then got my own place, and that was it. And then I stayed there for a little while.
And did you cut him off? Were you still talking? Was it just
I tried to not have him in my home.
She tried to cut
I tried to not have him in my home.
I want you to know where I stay.
Right, he wants both of them.
Okay, maybe I was being petty. Whatever.
I'm like,
being petty. I don't give a.
The kids is at?
No, maybe I was being petty. Like, I don't care. He knew where I was at, but he didn't know the number. Mm-hmm. Like, you couldn't get upstairs. I don't care. Or maybe I was being petty, but it was just like too much going on. And eventually he was able to come upstairs, but it was just like I had to set like maybe like, arm distance. I had to arm distance him. I had to stiff arm him for a little while. Like, it was too much. Coming upstairs, no.
Do you feel like, because we've all seen it, I mean, we know, do you feel like you were like, no matter what he did, no matter how he embarrassed you, no matter how he did it with his thing,
no,
or was it that it was okay, or did you feel like he's gonna find his way home? I don't know how to ask questions other than just ask, so I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's not funny.
Tell him. Just tell him that's what he really wants to know.
No, okay. So,
She's laughing
it's
now.
Great and all that. 10 out of 10.
Y'all see.
But highly recommend.
This was Dancing with the Stars.
No, it wasn't that though. I just, obviously I always have this. I didn't come from like a mom and dad, all together as one and all that. So obviously my always hope was to just have the kids have that. But I think
you always wanted to have the family.
I definitely want that, and I long for that. So it's like I want that for the kids. I want that so much, but at some point, like how I separated myself that time, if it wasn't worth that or wasn't worth my mentality, I wasn't going to be able to. I was going to be so consumed with that I couldn't take care of them, and I need to remove myself. Then I had to do that. Mm-hmm. But I was open to. I would never turn him down from seeing them, whether he's using that as an excuse to do whatever to come see them. Then fine. If I want him to be around.
Were either one of you using the kids to make it okay for you all to be together?
I wasn't. I don't know. I don't think he would do that either. I think if I said we can meet at the park, he would do that anyway. Mm-hmm.
So the Jonathan too, where did that come from?
Jason, I never told that girl to get one single one of those tattoos. After the third one, I was like, all right, you're gonna do it anyway. Mm-hmm.
That's when she got Blueface on her neck, or she has two, I think, on her neck or something. I can't.
No, I don't even for the first one, but after the first one, I was like,
you start to see the body language change.
This relationship look like
Jaden is gonna continue to stay like that. It's not gonna be too much laughing.
Tend to her
Wait, your relationship with Chrisean was business?
Yeah, that's how we started.
I know how it's.
We did the show.
Mayhem. Yes.
I seen her star qualities. I said, yo, I want to.
The show was the Blueface
Blue Girls Club.
Blue Girls Club on OnlyFans.
Yep. That drink getting
so
lower
you saw her
and
potential.
lower.
You said that here. Then you saw that you could make a business thing out of it with her.
Yeah.
And you all had that conversation?
Yeah. I was always telling her it was business.
And she knew that.
I'm promoting her. Yeah.
She participated in that.
Yeah.
And 100%. Accepted it.
No, not participated.
Well, not in the other side of it. Chrisean kind of made it seem way unprofessional, and then she was just lying right now. Nobody's gonna get this tattoo. You feel me? So then that's when it kind of fell apart, and then
Well, I first learned Chrisean the day I called Wack to understood why the police had to be called to get her out the house. She tried to say she had clothing in, and remember they came and couldn't find anything, and they were trying to kick her out. And the conversation I had with Wack, sorry Wack, he's here. He was he was trying to get her away from you, and you were fighting with him to keep her around. What was it about her that made you keep her when people around you that you respected were trying to get her out? Was it that you loved her? Was it because you saw the business opportunity, or both?
No, I'm just big on appreciation. That's all I ever need is a thank you, appreciate it. And at the time, she was giving vast majority of that, even the people around me, she was so appreciative that she made other people want to be appreciative in a way. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was just I appreciated that. And then that's what really
I know, clean it up.
But that was also around the time you were kicking your mom and sister out, and then they end up getting in a fight together. Do you feel like she was making up for the appreciation you weren't getting from your family?
Just from anybody, honestly, just from anybody. I noticed that when I'm around people for a certain amount of time, they begin to think that I'm normal, I'm regular. The position that we're sitting in together, they start to feel like it's normal, and then they become not appreciative, and then usually that's when I kind of be like, oh, you kind of forgetting. You're like,
He
you know, you're
did go
thinking,
somewhere, but
like, no,
it's
don't
just for
forget,
the
you know.
moment while he's in
Do you
jail.
feel
When he
like it
gets
was
out,
non-appreciation
he'll
or taking
probably end up
advantage?
with
Because I thought
Jaden.
around that time,
Flip flops
in fact,
between the two of them.
because I remember you throwing your mother's stuff out,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
sister's stuff out. I felt like you were kind of in the rise of your career. You had the Tatiana remix with Cardi. Everything was happening. The buzz. You had the football field at your house. You were playing football. Like you were happy, but it always seemed like you were dealing with. Was it all around that time where you were just tired of everybody and you were getting this appreciation from her?
No, it was just at the time where everyone that's living in my house, so it's me, her, my mom, her husband, the kids. So it's like everybody in that household was just like expecting more of me, you know, and not appreciating the position that I'm putting them in. They want me to give them the whole game, you know. They want me to put them in $1 million house instead of working with me to buy the $1 million house. Get me? So it was at that time. And then at that time, she was like, I'm ready to do whatever. Tattoo, I'll jump off this cliff for you right now. You feel me? So
Did you see that as love or did it translate as I'll do whatever it takes to get the bag?
well, that's what I see it as now. At first, I was, you know, confused by it. You know, it was a great tactic. It worked.
To get you.
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, he's acting like
But
he's a
now,
victim.
you know,
Boy, bye.
because, you know, you don't know who you really are until you get some money. Until you know, buy what you really want to buy and do what you really want to do.
Y'all are going
So,
in on Diane.
Once you see somebody,
Diane's like,
doing what they
ooh.
really want to do, then you're like, okay, I see.
Diane, you a little
You were
outnumbered,
just
it
having a
seems
moment
like
of
over here.
desperation, a moment of no way out. So, you know.
But as somebody as
We can agree to
calculated as you, when she
disagree.
beat up your mom and your sister, didn't you feel like she crossed the line? I mean, where was the line?
Personally,
Or was there no line?
I feel like my mom and my sister crossed the line just because they had no respect, you know, prior. My mom and my sister crossed the line with me. They crossed the line with me years prior, you know? So I'm like, okay, you guys already have a habit of coming up, so this is just one of those times.
You're such a good person to interview right now. What is making you show up like this? Because the last time you were here, I ain't gonna lie, I had a crush. So like you saying Mary had a little lamb, I wouldn't have gave it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never earned my money more than that interview.
Okay, are y'all ready for part 2? Because, honey, you already see the decline in Jaden's laughing, and you're going to definitely hear Blueface, because that liquor that he got in that cup, that Hennessy, is getting lower. Pay attention to that table with that liquor on that table, that Hennessy, and pay attention to how Jaidyn Alexis, she just goes into a slump. She didn't want him to say what he said. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you hear it for yourself. I can't believe, but it was the liquor. The liquor made him have loose lips, and it did sink a ship. So listen up. This is part 2. Let me remove this one here, and we're gonna get on to the next. And he even had my mouth dropping. Where's it at? I said, ooh, child.
You see him, Chrisean beating up his mom and sister. You're over mom anyway. You moved out, but they're doing all this, and this brand that they've built, this business is looming and growing on social media. Where are you, and what are you thinking?
Oh, where am I? I was at home with Javon being pregnant at that time when the whole fighting thing was going on. But I was just sitting back like, see, that's why. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's corny. And I mean, I don't know. Obviously it takes like a fly on the wall to know what was going on, but I don't know what exactly transpired. I know that his mom and sister can push buttons, but for me, I probably wouldn't have taken it there just because out of respect, you know, I mean, but different raisings, raise different people. But I don't know. I just was looking at it like, ugh. Like,
Were you guys still having sex then when all that was like?
I don't know if I had seen him in a minute at that time when that happened, because for a little while I wasn't really seeing him as much.
Yeah, she actually walked in on me
Having sex with Chrisean?
Before I moved out.
I was getting some head. I wasn't having sex.
Before I moved out, I was coming home.
You see how Laxy Daisy he just got? He thinks it's funny. So this is where the whole interview went down left. You could tell her spirit was broke. She did not want him to say that. But see, if you look at that glass, it's getting lower and lower. Now he's going to get into saying really inappropriate stuff, and he's now going to turn the name Chrisean that he didn't even want to mention at the beginning of this interview. It's going to be Chrisean this, Chrisean that. He's going to try to do the whole breakdown of their relationship and why it didn't work and what she did to him. And right now he's bringing up how she walked into the room and they were intimate.
For the gender reveal. And
Come on, for a gender reveal.
Hold on.
Let her tell her story. Excuse me. You said she makes you feel calm enough to tell yours. I want her to feel calm enough to tell hers. Go ahead. So you're coming home for the gender reveal. So basically what happened is like the whole everybody in the studio's mouth is open right now.
After the whole tattoo thing, right? I left for a couple of days. I took his car, took the kid, whatever. We had a gender reveal planned for that weekend though. I left like on Monday. The gender reveal is for Saturday or Sunday, right? I left for a couple of days. He's texting me. I'm not really answering. I'm like, whatever. But on my... So I'm like, the day before the gender reveal, I'm like, oh, I'm finna pull up and set up. I'm finna set up, blah, 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 blah. And
the day before.
Make sure to hit the like button, please. Hit the like button.
And the gender reveal, you guys were planning to do it together?
At the house.
The day before the gender reveal, at the house where you're going to right now?
Yeah. And then and all my stuff was there. So I was just like, okay, cool. I'm telling the story.
I'm going to tell my story.
So then the day before, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come get all my stuff. I'm gonna set up for the gender. He's like, yeah, come get your stuff. Blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. I'm like, all right, cool then. I'm like texting him about an hour before I'm actually there. I'm on the way, right? Just because I don't know what's going on. If you don't want to be there, don't be there. Then I don't care. He doesn't reply, but I'm like, well, I'm down the street. I'm gonna go anyway. All my stuff is there.
Did you have a key to the house?
I got in. I walked in the house.
It was just open?
Yeah. So I just walked in, and I wasn't expecting that. And then I hear music, so I'm just like, oh, whatever. I don't know what's going on. And then I walk up, I'm like, hey.
Wait. What kind of music is playing? Is it like Something in My Heart by Michelle?
No, it wasn't anything in particular. No, it wasn't anything in particular or nothing crazy. I just was like, oh, maybe he can't hear me or maybe he's in the shower. So I walk upstairs and that's what's going on. I'm like, you're weird, bro. Like,
wait, so you opened I have you here. You open the door and what's happening? Just give us a visual.
They on the bed. And he just looked like a goofball. Like, he just looks like a deer in headlights. Like, and I'm just like, what's good? That's when, that's like the whole situation where she went on Shady Room. Like, she did this and she did that. But I was the first one to buck. So I don't know what that is all about. But we know what happened in that room.
Wait, y'all got in a fight?
I wanted to.
Did she have her tooth in at the time or no?
No.
Okay. So now.
Exactly.
So we was butt naked, all right? Let me tell my side of the story now.
Tell it. Let me sip. This is Red Bull, by the way.
I was hitting her, come home, baby. You feel me? I miss you, baby. Come back.
Hitting her?
Yeah.
While you're in bed naked?
Jason, let me tell my story, all right?
I'm just
This is days prior.
Okay.
She's playing. No. All right, you're not coming. Get in the game. Boom. I'm in the game. She came at like 8 o'clock at night. She wasn't coming to set up nothing. It was dark outside. There's no lights out there. She wasn't coming to set up nothing.
I'd let people in, but okay.
She just came and it was a bad time. I was getting... We had the mirror set up. Something was tooted up. So she might have seen some booty and everything on the way in, but...
Was the booty... I mean, that's a song.
And besides the point. Boom, she walk in... Hard, Jason. I'm like, hold on. You feel me? I can't even protect myself. They violated me, Jason.
You were the victim.
Her mama was there.
Where?
It's her and her mama.
Wait, your mom, you guys walked in the room together?
We can't, no. We can't. That's what I'm saying. I had a car for the next day.
Because you were preparing.
Yes. And so then she was downstairs.
Was your mom in the room?
She was downstairs. And then when I went upstairs, because I'm not knowing what I walk into, I just went upstairs. And then she hears, obviously, a commotion. So she comes upstairs. I'm pregnant.
And you're naked in front of mom?
Hard as hell, Jason. Butt naked. Trying to break up a fight. They in here throwing cheeseburgers and telephones. I'm looking at her like, what's going on? You feel me? Like what?
But why are you looking at her like what's going on when you clearly started the problem?
She left me and she said she wasn't coming back.
She was coming for a baby reveal the next day.
Listen, it's 8 o'clock at night. It's dark outside.
But it doesn't matter. It's the next day. Do you ever take responsibility?
Did she come stay the night or set up? Which one?
Either way, if she's coming.
She left me already. What you mean either way?
So I kind of got his download on Mom is up there and he's trying to stop both of you from beating each other up. Mom is trying to fight Rock. Cheeseburgers are being thrown. He didn't know you were coming. I believe it doesn't matter because you had the baby reveal the next day. So whether you were coming or not, you guys were still working as a family unit.
I mean, all my stuff was there. I didn't move out.
I felt bad when he brought that up. He was being very disrespectful.
Okay, and so did you know that him and Chrisean were still involved, or it was just?
Well, I mean, I just didn't know that that's what I was walking into. You could have just said that.
But were you ever okay with him having this relationship with her if it was business related?
No, of course not. Of course not. That was already the situation I was in.
Okay.
And once you have a kid involved, it's not like you can just because I get mad, I can't just.
And you have not only a kid involved, you have a kid on the way.
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome.
So cheeseburgers are thrown. Mom is there. He's stopping you both from. You end up leaving. You and your mom leave.
Well, yeah, it wasn't. Nobody was letting us do nothing. So come on.
Does the baby reveal still happen the next?
So what do people think? Just because Blueface says currently while he's locked up that Chriseanrock is who he's with, but then we find out she's paying every 2 months $1,500 to a restaurant that is being renovated, and she's paying for the canteen, every week, a couple of hundreds, and everything else she's taking care of holding them down. Okay, what makes us think he's basically trying to save his money from MILF records and all the little t-shirts that Jaden's wearing and all the money she's making popping the bottles? That is some of Jaden's money, but that is Blueface's corporation. He is the brains and he is the CEO of that business. So he's using Chrisean's money, in my opinion. All statements are allegedly, and I'm going to make sure that that's clear. However, what makes you think just because Blueface is with Chrisean while he's in jail that he's not going to go back? This is on pause now. That he's not going to go back doing the same thing to Jaden. She's accepted of it. She knows about Chrisean. This video was put out 8 months before he went to jail. And as a matter of fact, when we're finished with this video, as a matter of fact, while I'm letting y'all watch it on my channel, I'm gonna click on 8 months and see exactly when this video interview was done. But we gotta get out of the denial. Do not think for a minute that this man is not gonna cheat back. I wouldn't even call it cheating. She was the main chick. Chriseanrock was the side chick. I just hope Chrisean is prepared for what's to come. And I hope she does not allow this to get in the middle of her bag. But we'll have to see.
Next day?
Yeah, I had the baby reveal next day. I just didn't reply to him because it wasn't good for the spirit. Like, nobody was going to have a good time because everyone already knew what just happened. Like me, my mom, and all my closest people. He
wasn't at neither one of his baby's mother's showers. We know why with Chriseanrock, but he wasn't even at Jaden's because of him, because of her walking in on them doing the nasties.
And I obviously couldn't have it at the house where I was going to have probably like 50 to 60 people already. So I had to downsize it to like my closest people. Mm-hmm. So I just, it wasn't this anymore. We're going to do it a different way. And I just went about it and tucked my tail. I didn't need to run to the internet and say like, oh, this is what happened. This is what he did. I need to pay him out to be nothing. I don't even know why he brought it up for real, but.
Well, because he's in an interview. That's what happens.
But it's just, that wasn't relevant.
But here's the deal, right? This is why I like that we're having a real conversation. I'm not a part of any scripted show that involves all of you. I'm just here literally interested, one, in people getting to know who you are.
For sure.
And I can see that you're pissed. And that's always great for the Jason Lee show. And I see that he's actually feeling comfortable to be honest. And I didn't get that, Jonathan, last time. So I like that. I feel like I'm getting the real you, and I'm very nosy by nature, just so you know. So let me ask you this, because women are watching. 72% of the people who watch Jason Lee are women. The other people, I think, are gay. There's like some Bloods and Crips in there mixed around. Now, the people that are watching, the women that are watching, are trying to understand. You've gone through different iterations of this relationship. You had Jonathan Porter, you had Blueface, you had Blueface and Chrisean. Now you're having baby number 2 on the way, and you're in this situation that nobody know about. This is the first time we've heard about it, and now you're here together today. At what point have you just accepted that this is what it is, the relationship?
I think I accepted it a long time ago, for sure. Like it's not like he was gonna change anytime
He thinks
soon.
everything's so funny.
It was what it was. We got to this point just because things transpired and the whole story just started changing. It wasn't. When I left, that was what it was supposed to be, and whatever he did on the side, that's what you do. I don't know what you do, and that's fine. And I wasn't even interested in, coming in between what he had going on.
Because it was business related, or because...
Or just because I was pregnant and I was about to have a baby. That's not what I was chasing after. And then once I had the baby and I, started realizing, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that, then cool, we can see what that's about. But I wasn't interested or cared about what he was doing. If that's what you got to do to make a bag, then do what you got to do.
So while he was doing what he needed to do to make a bag with his business partner,
he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. That's what he's trying to do.
So were you a pimp? Because she did say you used to take her money, and you were kind of showing up at her bookings, taking her money.
You know what?
Now
what was the
listen to
business
this
arrangement?
guy.
Were you a
That's
manager
a
or
great
pimp?
question. Listen, Jason, when I met her, she didn't have an ID. She didn't have a driver's license. She didn't have a bank account.
She didn't have a tooth.
She didn't have a birth certificate. She didn't have nothing. So when I'm putting her in these positions,
she's already learned to deal with
it. They can give you
Lucky
cash.
girl, how you doing, sis?
That's how that whole thing came about.
Well, she also said when she was here, you guys had a shoebox and not a bank account.
No, for the shows.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for deposits.
Yeah.
For
Wires.
Zeus check.
Yeah.
For wires. You don't have a bank account. You don't have an ID to get a bank account. You have no credentials. So I have to clear everything for you.
So was it all coming in your name?
Exactly.
But were you her manager? Were you her business partner? Were you her
I was managing
pimp?
her. I was managing her.
Okay.
So even from the jump, from the beginning, I've never got a good review from Chriseanrock to Aiden's live stream, Kai's and that. Anything that I took her to promotionally, I never got a thumbs up for. It was always, why are you bringing her? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm seeing the vision because that's why I'm bringing her. And it became what it was, but it was strictly managerial.
You're being intimate with her.
Of course, we, had our guilty pleasures, but that was not the focal point of.
Well, she's made it seem like you were taking advantage of her, taking her money. Do you think that's because it works for her narrative now, or was that, or is she clear that there was a conversation on how you all were structuring the relationship?
100%, because for the first 2.5 years, she didn't make $1. I just funded her. I let her stay in my other house that I had.
Wow.
Was it an investment?
Huh?
Was it an investment from you? Like by letting her?
Yeah, that was an investment for me. So I put out way more money on the front end. And so when the money started coming in, she's thinking I'm making it. You get what I'm saying? But you're still spending money.
He says allegedly he put out way more money on the front end. So what he's trying to say without saying, maybe Chrisean didn't even know this, that money that she made, all that money she made, and even put a Y in the chat. If you heard Dre, the brother, say he felt because he made her when she got that big check, he was giving her from that check what he wanted to give her, and he kept over $300,000. Put a Y in the chat if you heard it. I know I heard it. And as a matter of fact, I'll pull it up. Don't play with me, sweetie. I'll pull it up. But see, people gonna run with that he was crazy and da and all that. But that, nah, I don't, he ain't all that crazy. Because he's admitting himself he kept all the money. Right now, he's admitting it right now.
I still haven't made $1 that I made back. All the money that's being spent right now is the money that you're currently spending today. So that's how that came about. And then, she just made that narrative that she was giving it to me somehow, some way.
And so what are you thinking right now? Because your energy's changed. I can feel it.
Nothing. I'm not thinking anything. I'm just letting him speak his truth. I mean, because I can't really have an opinion about that.
Because she wasn't really a part of none of that. But that's the worst thing that, that's what really gave me, a bad taste, about her.
What?
It's she's claiming that I'm taking her money, that I'm her pimp daddy. And this is really a narrative that the internet made of it because they don't know the story, you know? But you know the story. So for you to change it into that is like blasphemy.
So let me ask you, when you all sat down, so when you first met, you guys were in the show, right? You were in the show?
No, she wasn't.
You were in the show?
Bad Girls?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Well,
The
she
Blue Girls
came
thing?
over
No.
because, she came and kind of my business plan.
Because she loved you.
She had a lot to do with...
No, that's not why. Because he lied about what the dynamic was going to be at. If he would have just kept it real, like I keep saying, yesterday, today, last year, 3 years ago, even tomorrow, if he kept it real about what he's going to do, I can have a better understanding. But when you blindside me and you do weird, you're not going to stay over and you staying over, red flag. Now all my flags are up and now I'm pissed off. For what?
So
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, be honest or don't. It's like, it's not going to work out if you're not honest.
You know how show business work. It's no plan. You might have to stay overnight. If one of these guys leave here...
No.
But you can update
listen.
Right? You don't got a phone.
Day one of Blue Girls Club, I had 1 cameraman and 2 security guards.
Okay.
8 women.
And were they all living in your house?
Yes.
They were all living with you?
I picked them all up from the airport, brought them all to my second estate.
Okay.
With 1 cameraman and 2 security
But you
guards.
weren't living in that house?
No, I wasn't living in that
got
house.
it.
I was living with her in the other house.
So this was a business?
Exactly.
Okay.
I realized the first day, I'm short-staffed. I need more cameraman. I need more security. So I end up having to play security. So I have to stay overnight to ensure that these women do not...
Okay.
While I'm staying overnight...
Wait, is that real, though?
No, 100% real.
Okay.
If you watch...
But if it is,
if you watch the first...
the
first day of Blue Girls Club, the first season, it was a disaster.
No, it was
right?
disastrous. But
So
why would you want to stay in all that?
Because this is all on my name.
It's your investment.
Yeah, this is all on my name. So if somebody gets stabbed that night, what am
You're
I
liable.
What am I going to tell the police? I wasn't here. I was at home in the bed. No. So episodes are being edited. I'm literally playing all the roles. I have to stay. This is the second day, Jason. The second day. She pull up 10 deep, pressing people. Chase the girl out of the house. She hit her face. Tooth missing forever.
Did you film it? Because that would have been good for you.
It's on film, but we didn't put it out because it was
real.
unprofessional.
This was real. That was show.
Helicopter came. It was a terrible disaster that could have been 100% prevented if she was.
If you were honest. If you were honest.
It was 2 days.
I don't care. If you know what's going
Jason,
on.
2 days.
After the first night you stay over, you know, my bad. Let me tell you right now, this is period.
Were you intoxicated when you came?
It don't matter. If you would have said that prior, but if you would have said that prior, it wouldn't have got to that.
But
he can't just take the one side. The one-sided thing is not going to work.
No,
I'm sorry.
Blue, you know you're my favorite, but here's why I have to agree with her. If I was with somebody, and this is what I tell the Crip now, because I know Crips are crazy, but I'm crazy too. There's no spending the night nowhere.
Without nothing.
Period.
Just nowhere. But have something to say if you want to.
You ain't even spending that at Carlissa house. You bringing your here.
All right.
Hello.
But you were doing it for business reasons because you didn't want a stabbing to go down on your compound that you would then be liable for.
Not a stabbing. It was just too hectic.
Just anything.
It was just too.
Okay. So she shows up
day.
10 deep. They in the.
Well, no, it was only her and my sister that walked in the house and physically.
But it wasn't even about somebody in particular. It was about whoever I saw first.
Right.
Really, honestly.
So only her and my sister came inside, and like she said, yeah, they approached everybody, but they approached a certain individual that she felt like was giving too much attention, or I was giving too much attention to, and that's how that happened. It was just her and my sister that came in. Okay. All the other people were like outside.
Got it. Okay, so all that's going down. Let's back up. You have the baby reveal. You now have to explain to people why the locations moved, and now and why some people are uninvited because you went from 50 to 20. At what point in all of that did you ever lose any self-respect? Like, did you ever feel embarrassed? Did you ever feel humiliated? Did you ever feel like you were now becoming your mom because now you're in this toxic relationship, even though you were trying to hold it all together? Like, at what point did you check in with your feelings about how this was making you feel?
No, my mom's relationship with my dad was completely different. That was completely different. The situation.
But his relationship with your dad, her relationship with your dad was him being absent for different reasons, but you still now were.
That was just I was embarrassed just because I had to tell people what was going on, and obviously it wasn't for the public eye. It was just like I had to be like, "Girl, listen, this is what happened." Blah 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 blah, and we're gonna put a smile on today, and that's what it is. We're gonna find out what it is and call it a day. But it was just embarrassing to tell my people because those are my people. Like they see me as like, oh, she don't ever cry, she don't ever show a sad face for nothing. I didn't cry that day. I wouldn't cry today. I wouldn't cry tomorrow for that reason. Like,
where did that strength come from?
Just like, why would I show somebody weakness because you hurt me? Like, no, I'm gonna take it to the chin and push forward. Now what?
But do you allow yourself to process how you're actually feeling because that's not a normal experience, right?
No, yeah, for sure. But I'm not gonna show no weakness for nobody.
Do you show weakness to yourself?
For sure. Like, I could go home today and cry. Okay. You never know. Like, I could.
So you allow yourself to feel.
Yeah, it's not something that I want to, I'm gonna stand 10 toes. Like, I was gonna find out what my baby was, and we're gonna have a good day. And if I go home later and cry, or I'll be upset tomorrow and a week from now, that's fine. But today is not about that.
And then you had the baby. Baby's healthy. Baby's cute.
Perfect.
Okay. So let's fast forward. Now she put the John 2 online. Clearly she got that. Well, clearly in my opinion, she got that to humiliate you, to make this thing on internet go, right? Because she started learning the workings of the internet and started seeing it. And then there was the sex tape that came out where she was having sex with him. And the cremation of it all.
Last year.
That was on my birthday last year.
Shut up.
She goes crazy every time her birthday comes
I need to hear from her. That was on your birthday? She released it on your birthday.
So last year on my birthday, I had just had Journey about.
I don't have a crush on you no more because you just a problem.
See what I'm saying? So then I'm like, okay, so last year on my was fresh, I was about like 2-3 months from having Journey, which is my daughter, and I was throwing this birthday thing, whatever, and I had things at the club or whatever out here in LA.
We broke up at this time.
We're not talking to you right now, baby.
We're not.
So I'm sorry.
We're talking.
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. So whatever. Last year on my birthday,
you know why I want to know this? Because you don't be talking on the internet a lot.
I don't, because there's nothing to say.
But here's the deal. This is what I learned. When you don't say nothing, in the world of social media, people all form an opinion about you.
For sure.
And they start speaking your truth. And
they come up with their own narrative.
They control your narrative. And then he's not helpful.
At all. So last year on my birthday, I had some club things out here in LA, and I was doing like a party bus situation or whatever. And then he conveniently had a hosting on the other side of the country, right? Conveniently. And so I was like, oh, so you're not going to my thing on my birthday? And he's like, oh, I got to go here, I got to go there, but I'll be here later that night or in the morning, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, say less, bye. The later that night, he's like, oh, I'm back in town, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh, well, if you want to pull up, it's my birthday. If you want to pull up, drops great. If not, do what you want to do because you already missed the whole party. He's like, yeah, I'm on the way. We wake up in the morning, and I'm like, on Twitter, I'm like, wait, what's on?
You fast forward. He comes. He spends the night.
Right. So then I wait, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm still drunk. So I'm like, wait, what's going on? And that's when the whole "You Good" Cuz video came to be about, because I was like, what is going on? Because I was really like, wait, I just missed out so much, but I really didn't miss nothing. It was just somebody being upset about that happening. Mm-hmm. And if you fast forward to this birthday, it's very transparent of what's going on.
So did the video get dropped because it was your birthday and because he was with you?
I can't speak for nobody, but that's what, if you ask me what it looks like, sure. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if that was the reason or what was going on. That's something you might have to ask him. But.
So that sex tape, you knew you were being filmed. And then when the cremation of it all was put all over social media, because I don't know, and I don't really know the vaginal. Was that?
The cremation was crazy, bro.
No, I mean, I don't know. Was that yeast? What was that? Because I don't know. Like,
carry on with your place.
Okay, so
let's carry on.
You're doing too much.
So as the cremation of it all rolls out on Twitter, and you see it, and I
just woke up very confused. I was just like, I was also still drunk.
She's not talking. He's not talking.
So when the sex tape was released, you didn't see that coming. That's funny. You didn't see that coming.
Jason.
I would never think.
But why did you let her film you when you know she does the tattoo? All that when you know,
I may have think that was before, because that was like a really old video.
You didn't care,
in my
that's
opinion,
why.
I thought it was.
My point is that when you just know the person,
the old tape.
But when you know the person you're with, when you see that it's this,
wasn't like that at first.
Okay,
though,
okay.
It wasn't. if I ever posted anything like too exposing, it wasn't green. Like, you know, I didn't expect it. Put it that way.
The crazy part is I don't even know if she knows that that's illegal.
I know.
Porn, revenge porn is actually illegal.
You know, I'll just keep it in my back pocket in case I ever need it. But
okay, so fast forward now. You do. So now the relationship that you formed with her, this business relationship that you're calling, and she's probably
it's serious at the time.
Okay,
we're
now
together at this time.
So now it's turned into a serious relationship.
Yeah, we're together at this time.
At what point did you leave a relationship that appeared to be somewhat stable and grounded in family, and then turn that and then switch from that to something that clearly has been become the most toxic and annoying relationship in social media history?
She left me, and then that's when I, you know.
Why does he keep pointing the finger at me?
You in the game. That's when I put her in the game.
So is it fair to say
she
you walked
left
away?
Me after a week, I moved the next one in, and we start.
Sure, if that's how he's moving. Sure.
We start chasing the Super Bowl. You feel me? Whoever with me, Jason, we ring chasing. We trying to win Super Bowls. We trying to, you feel me?
So then,
no, not really.
Did you move on with another man?
No, I was pregnant. I was pregnant and just lived my pregnancy out and figured my life out.
So while he's building over here with Rock and doing all that on the social media, have you ever left and been with another man?
No, I literally went to my cave. Like, you know, if you ask any pregnant woman like how it feels to like.
He's talking about the whole process.
After the whole process.
No, but like I went into a cave. I went into a cave like.
So in the whole 3 years, there's been no other man?
No, I haven't had nothing. Like.
So was that because you were sitting and waiting and hoping and just being a mom? Or was it that you knew this would run its course and he'd come home where love was real?
Maybe a little of both. Maybe
I
don't think that.
Oh no,
it's not the first time.
Here he go. Okay.
No, I'm gonna be honest.
Take his mic, y'all. Somebody take his mic.
I had another.
He said it's not the first time. He's admitting that he cheats. But he also, I have it on my one of my videos. He said all men cheat. So I'm trying. I want somebody to put in the comment section, where did they get, just because Blueface is currently now with Chriseanrock allegedly. Okay, let's say the word allegedly. Where did we get thinking that Blueface is going to be with Chriseanrock and Chriseanrock only? He wasn't even doing it to Jaidyn and Alexis the whole time they've been together. He's in the interview, and Jason don't even have to pry in his business. He's volunteering that he does it. Why? Because Jaidyn ain't going nowhere. And Jaidyn definitely ain't going nowhere when he gets out, because she's going to try to get Chriseanrock back. Even if she really doesn't want him at this point, it's just to get Chriseanrock back on principle.
You know,
that's what women do.
I try, you know, they just never work out.
But here's my point.
He's asking
But here's
me
my point.
felt.
Everything that you didn't work out. But she did.
I'm saying she knows that it's not going to work out. That's why she leaves and does what she does, because she knows I'm going to be crying right back to her. So.
But what if she left and went and hooked up with another guy and was with another man or had another man around your kid?
Jason.
I've never had somebody just cleared of gun charges say that. But, you know, when my cousin, I believe it too.
Well, no, I'm not saying, someone said.
All right, tell you the truth.
No,
tell them why
you
No,
I'm not saying nothing. Honestly, I don't really know if I have a real reason why. Maybe I've just been so invested in, when I leave him, I'm just like, kids. And, you know, getting myself together, because how am I going to even pursue somebody else?
She be playing with little girls late at night.
How can I pursue any real relationship if I'm not even healed from this?
Mm-hmm.
Because even if I wanted to move on, he's still creeping back.
Even if he's still creeping back. So it's that sets me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm emotionally invested in him. So it's
I'm
it
a Bobo
sets me
Yaga,
back.
Jason. I'm like the boogeyman late at night.
I'm emotionally invested to him. So it's how he's saying, oh, I creep back this. But for me, it's not that, because I'm emotionally invested in him already.
Right. But whether or not his reasoning for coming back to you was because he was emotionally invested or not, or because he thought he can creep and drop, or you were so invested in allowing him to come back, he's no more wrong for him being able to come back than you are for letting him come back.
And that might be me just being soft. No, you can't come here.
But do you take any responsibility in the toxicity of this relationship?
The booze.
And if so, what is that?
I think that when I left, if I would have stood 10 toes on not him, that we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. But I don't regret it because we're sitting here right now.
And why did you choose to not do that and sit here right now?
She don't know
That's
why.
up to God because I don't.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know
Easy
why.
route.
You don't got to answer right away. Just think about it.
Don't
Let
put
it sit for a
God in
minute.
it now.
Because I can tell you, if you read Toxic, my book, the reason why I kept going back was amazing. But it wasn't good enough for me to stay, so I left. So when you're in it, it's not him wanting to come back. It's not him creeping back. It's not, what was it that you own where you allowed it to happen? Because can't own it by himself, because it's both of you.
Right, 100%.
Was it because he was a good dad? Is it because you were really hopeful that you would have that family you never had? What was it?
That could possibly be
Stability?
it, for sure, because I never had that. So that could possibly be like, oh, he just...
Because it's not like you was out
Or
sleeping
no,
around.
and it's not like I couldn't go find something if I needed, if I 100% needed to. That it's not like I couldn't.
But there's something commendable to say, like you didn't have a bunch of men around his kid. You weren't out running the streets. You weren't on social media posting nudes and trying to sleep with this and that. Like, so you have to own that. Like you handled it like a real woman.
We just asked
privately.
why.
But why? What about him or this made you stay there, get back together, allow him
That's
to
a good
connect?
question.
No, it is. It's a
kept
great
you
question.
loyal
I
this
think
long
I
time?
think that I valued like having a good father figure for my kids, and I think that I value just having the stability that he gives me. Because even though if he do go do that, I know I can call on him.
Is
Let's
he
say
really a
if I
good
needed
father
something, if I need
figure?
this, I need that, I can call him, and it doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m.
You could
6
depend on
a.m.
him.
I can depend on him, which I never had that.
Okay.
So maybe that
I like
that
that.
definitely feeds into it, and I long for that family thing. I want to dress all in Halloween PJs. I want to do the Christmas. I love that. I love to cook Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that. That's me. And maybe I just long for that. And he will do it. He will show up. And just because he do this on Saturday night, Sunday night, that's fine.
I'm showing
But
up, Jason.
He's showing up for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I'm there,
Okay, like it don't matter.
Okay.
But I think I just long for him.
Girl,
and
you
if
need
he
to
doesn't, and I can tell him
reevaluate
some
that
things where he can.
situation.
I'd be like, "Come on, let's do this, let's do that," and he'll adjust how he thinks because that wasn't exactly how he grew up either. Because some things he grew up with, I grew up with, we can feed into each other. Like, we should do this together. We should do that together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we feed into each other, and that's probably what fed me to keep going. It's not just generally me and you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we
Tell
feed
about
off the
them
family
girls you
thing.
be laying down with.
So you're bisexual? Are you
Tell
bisexual?
about them girls you be.
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
So do you guys ever have threesomes together?
We have.
Just
Like-
once.
Jiggy.
Well, why don't you
the
guys
one
do
with the
more of
short
that
hair.
so you don't have to be out?
She don't let me.
Oh.
I don't think she didn't like it the first time, so she kind of.
Well, no. The first. Okay, no. It's not that I didn't like it. It's that like it was.
Listen, that's not.
So you see what I'm
You be
saying?
violating all the rules.
You see what I'm saying? So if I got
Guys,
to be
hold
different.
on, I got this. You do realize you're the problem. You know that. You're the
I
problem.
must be the prowler.
So,
Supreme
so I
gasoline, you know that I'm
confess.
toxic.
So I
My
confess.
house big as jail. I had to cop it.
All right.
So I had to
Jason,
confess.
I'm getting bread. Your man got a ball head. Jason, your man got a ball head?
No, he has waves. But look, I had to
That liquor
confess
is
to
kicking
Blueface
in.
in Miami that I was dating a Crip, and he said to me, because he's like my mentor for how to deal with Crips. He said, "Be careful because we're possessive." And it is true. I don't know if it's a Crip thing. So were you possessive over her as baby mom when you were away?
Yeah, this whole time I'm still possessive. I'm still tripping. I'm still on her bumper.
But is that fair though? Because this is
No.
why I think this is why I think men have fragile masculinity, where y'all want to do everything you can as a man, but a woman got to stay in her place and be
Yeah,
dormant.
I mean,
why can't she go out and have her fun?
It's,
If you can?
it's vice versa though, If I tried to step out and do what women do,
But you were stepped out.
know what I'm saying? If I tried to beat her emotionally or try to beat her on a women playing field, I would lose that battle every time, right?
No, because what started out from your own words as a business relationship with Chrisean turned emotional, and it turned into a real thing. So at
Because
what?
she left me though. I'm saying okay, you just said how men operate, right?
Yeah.
If I operated how a female operated, I would never win. Right?
Because you'd be driven by emotions and not by your mind.
I would never win, period. To myself, to her, to the audience. If I try to do what she does, if I try to go get my lips pumped, or if I try to go get some
that's
bigger
not
boobs,
a good analogy, bro.
it wouldn't work, right?
Well, no, that wouldn't work because then you'd be Caitlyn and we wouldn't be Blueface.
Because I'm doing womanly things, right?
No, but here's what women do. When women cheat, When women cheat, they fall in love emotionally.
Exactly.
They're emotional creatures. We're physical.
It's not cheating. They're actually like going past cheating, you know?
No, we don't know.
If you cheat and you fall in love with the mother cheating with, that's more than cheating.
But isn't that what happened with you and Chrisean?
Yep.
No.
Lying.
She left me.
Right, but if it's still a business relationship, you still see it as a money thing. You don't see it as, like, I don't.
Not the business part. I'm saying when she left me, any female that was next on my list would have.
Left you. You then said, I'm now open to making this business thing that's working business-wise a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at what point did you realize that it was becoming?
Well, it wasn't like my speed as far as relationship-wise.
Yeah.
Because business-wise, cool, but relationship-wise, that's where it really feuded up. I probably realized it when with the TVs, honestly. When she broke all the TVs, we lived like that for like 2 months, and I'm thinking maybe one day she'll just replace them or...
The biggest clown of his own show, honey.
Nothing happened, so I was like, oh yeah, this is not my vibe, because like, you know, if I come in here and I break everything in here, and I'm coming here consistently every day and I don't make no attempts to repair it, that just says a lot more about my character than the physical damage, right? So it was just that type of vibe.
Was she ever under your complete control? And then
Never.
Even from Blue Girls Club,
I got a gash in the back of my head. You think I could tell that girl anything and she'll actually listen to me and do it? Maybe when I'm in front of her face, yeah. But the second I turn around, it's never that. It's never been that. Never. Not one time I can tell you where I said, hey, can you do this for me? And then when I walk out the room, it gets done. I literally have to sit in the room, wait for it to get done,
And so at one point then you realize, you see the boom of social media with the relationship. You see the desire that, I mean, you even said to me, Mommy, you're like, team literally post things I just be thinking. Because you know there's like this overconsumption for what you guys are putting on the internet. So you see it working. Is that when you say, I'm just going to put the gas to this and really like take advantage of everything we can get from it?
So at first, I was being the bigger person. She would go live and say all type of things that would upset her. And then when I get home, I got to deal with her. And I'll be just frustrated.
Because you're still coming home to her.
Exactly. So when she's doing all these things, extra things, I'm coming home to her and she's like, rip time. I try to be the bigger person. But then after a while, I'm like, I'm really just taking an L to this person. Like, if I don't combat it or go against it or battle it, they're just going to keep doing it. So that's when because
she's winning online and you're going home and taking a loss.
Exactly. So after about a year or two of that, that's when I start time. Every time you go in here and say something, I'm going to go on and say something totally again. I'm going to say the truth.
He's going to bleed it like you
always
says.
Try to make it seem, I'm going to go in there and
that's sad.
Say the whole truth.
And so while that's happening, then Zeus Network comes in and says, here, let's do the show 2, Crazy in Love.
Nope. First season that they consist of her doing baddies, they're already, we're gonna give you these crumbs for this first baddies for you to do a show. I'm like, okay, that's a kind of cool incentive. All right, we'll take these crumbs. Go ahead, do the show. Okay, after that, we just kept going at a rapid pace. That they're like, all right, we have to do it now. You know what I'm saying?
And were you guiding her on how to do her business while she was?
Oh, everything. I'm doing everything. I'm signing the contracts.
Checks are coming to you.
You know, so it's like the audience, they don't really know how a manager works. So if I book a show for you, Jason, you're not gonna talk to the promoter. You're not gonna talk to the club owner. You're not gonna sign any contracts. All you're gonna do is show up. That's what a manager's job is. Manager's job is to do. Make a contract, sign the contract, and get the money and distribute it. So that's what I was doing. So when you see me in a picture counting money, I'm middleman. You get what I'm saying? So that's what that was about.
Did she ever see any of her money, or were you keeping it all? I'm just asking the questions because
she has seen all of that money. She just spends it. If you break 6 85-inch TVs, how much do you think that costs?
It's good.
Okay. 10,000. I'll tell you what it costs because I paid for it. It cost me $10,000 to replace those TVs.
10,000. How many TVs was it?
6. 85-inch TV.
And she broke them all?
All of them.
Why?
Frustration.
Okay, and so now all this is happening. The show is airing. Now you guys are making good money because now at this point, the demand is out there. You're the most viral thing, and you're making good money. Is that when you started to see a switch in her, where it was that she needed you less because now she kind of had money, or she was there?
No, it was just more of the audience, the clout. You know, so in the beginning, it's we wouldn't do a business deal without each other. We wouldn't show up anywhere without each other. Because I'm overseeing. Right? You wouldn't show up to a boxing match without your trainer. Right? You wouldn't go to do a heavyweight world title fight without your trainer. Right?
But was it because she couldn't, you wouldn't allow her to, or because she didn't feel comfortable to?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
That was your business arrangement with her?
Exactly.
Okay. And she
already
understood that.
Already. That's the reason everything was the way it was. That's the reason the names and the money was already decided.
Okay.
So once you start doing other things, then that leads me to believe other things.
What other things?
Just like she'll just start traveling with Zeus more, or she'll start being on flyers that I have nothing. I didn't facilitate any contracts or anything for.
So you guys were moving together as a unit. You put her in position to get money. You have an understanding and agreement, and then she starts moving different.
Exactly.
And you see it.
Yeah, 100%.
And do you think she thought you wouldn't see it? Did she think she was like pulling the wool over your eyes, or was she be like, what did you think?
So that's what kind of transpired. So at first, we're doing the show, Zeus Network, me and her show. All the money, not all the money, but the checks are written to me, right? We get the check, she spends, I fund her, new chains, whatever she likes, it's never no.
Are you controlling all the money?
Because it's her money.
I'm not controlling anything.
You're not saying
if she wants to go get a chain today, okay, here's a chain. Ring, everything she has was bought.
But what I'm saying is, did she ever control the money? Like, was the money ever put in her hand to decide what she wanted to do with the money? Or was it, no?
I mean, that's not how she was never really demanding of that, Even when I tried to do that, she would be like, she almost made it seem like she didn't want that,
Well, in some relationships, the man goes home and makes all the money and the woman pays all the bills. I mean, that's in some relationships. So in this relationship, it sounds like y'all made all the money together and you handled all the bills.
I don't hear anything from
told
Jaden
her she couldn't have access to anything, or she
never told her.
So she got what she wanted,
and
she had access to it.
Everything she wanted, she's got.
But you were the mastermind behind the whole thing, so you had to figure out how to manage it all.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm just managing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not. Jason, if I was making money off of this, you don't think I have a Lambo, a jet, a
you was making money off
on standby? Nothing was ever. I didn't buy anything new. Nothing changed about my lifestyle, right? Other than going from boss to manager, worker, because at this point I'm working for you. Oh. I'm facilitating everything, Jason. Videos, deals. I'm working for you.
And that's what makes it a little different, because it's the relationship and the business, and it's all intertwined. So in her mind, did she believe she was bringing home the money so her and her man could figure out how we live and build together, while Tuesday and Thursday and Wednesday you're still going home? To her, like, I'm trying to understand all the breakdown of it all, because it seems very confusing.
The breakdown is everything we make, we spend. I'm not spending it, you're not spending it. We're spending it, right? I'm not going and buying anything for myself. You might buy something for yourself, but I'm not buying nothing for myself. Make sense? So that's how that went. So obviously, if you're not physically spending the money yourself, you think you're not spending it, right? So if you go to Miami and you spend $20,000, if I spend it, you're gonna think you didn't spend it. But we made the money together.
Was any of the money that you guys were making together also taking care of the family that you had with Jaden?
None of it. $0.
Yes, it was. That's my
$0.
opinion. I think it was.
You've met her before. You've seen how sporadic. That's an expensive type of mentality.
When you don't have a plan.
Yeah, you get me? When you're just moving and grooving, like, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's just how it was. And, you know, so after a while, I'm like when the narrative start being like freaky, I'm like.
What was the narrative that started changing for you that made you raise a brow and go, wait, hold on?
Man, we probably made money for like 6 months after 2.5 years of hardship and me just doing everything. And then it was just like, I made enough. You made your money back. I don't owe you anything. Then I'm like, huh? Mm-hmm. Like, you think I put this time, this effort, this energy into this to make what I put into it? Does that make sense to you?
No.
Are you doing this show to make
everybody wants an ROI, which is a return on their investment?
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so
that's all I asked.
But
What about
her investment?
Even
which
with
was
her
herself, she should have got money
I don't make
back.
her sign nothing. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to sign nothing because I don't want to own her. I don't want her to forever have to come to me to, can I go sign with these people? No. If you feel like you owe me that loyalty, I will applaud that and I appreciate that. But if you don't, that's on you.
So you own, is it MILF Records?
MILF Music.
Okay, MILF Music Group,
Yep.
right? And she's your artist?
Yep.
So she signed to you?
Yep.
Okay, but Chrisean was not signed to you under MILF Music.
Neither one of them.
I don't do any paperwork with these women.
Well, who does the paperwork?
He knows why he don't do paperwork.
It's really just
an agreement.
It ain't no paper
a gentleman's
trail.
agreement.
Gentleman's agreement. That's what I do.
Okay.
I don't know how Jaden's even going
take
for
over
that.
her life. You feel me? If she wakes up tomorrow and says, I want to go so and so down the street, you know what I'm gonna do? That's all I'm gonna do. Okay, your things will be outside. We don't got nothing left. And that's what happened with the last situation.
So when did the relationship with you and her change? Was it when she got pregnant? Because things started really getting interesting once she got pregnant and we knew she was pregnant. Was it? Because you first immediately said it wasn't your kid.
No. So this is where things change. I'm on house arrest.
And this was for the Vegas incident.
Yeah. No. This is for her incident where she just punched a girl, and you know I activated after she punched the girl.
This was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So
the
there was a fan that saw you, said something or saw her. Mm-hmm. She then intervened. They got into a fight. This is what I heard, and then somehow a phone was taken. Mm-hmm. You weren't supposed to be in Vegas. End up getting caught up in a situation that involved her. And then now you were almost violated, or you got caught in trouble. Was that right? Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
It's so much. I'm trying to figure it all out. Yeah.
Exactly. So that incident is what really threw a hiccup in my life. So I'm expecting, you know, I'm on house arrest. I'm expecting for you to, you know, tend to whatever I need. Blah 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 blah. This is during the BET weekend. This is during when you had your award show. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
that's his mentality now. He expects her to whatever he needs while he's locked up now, she's supposed to take care of that. That's mandatory. And Jaden's doing it in her way, but she's just not doing the paying the every 2 months the because he's getting, I guess, a restaurant renovated. She's just working the set with the popping the bottles and leaving out with a bag, but he's getting a percentage, and she's getting a percentage too, but she's not keeping all that money because she's under MILF Records, and that's his business. That's not neither one of theirs business. They work under him, and he don't even got no paper trail on them. So he knows exactly what he's doing. And if he would do it to Jaden, no paper trail, what would make you think that he would do Chriseanrock any better? Like, let's make this make sense.
I need you to do this, that, and the third. She talking about, I got to do this, that, and the third. I said, oh, yeah, is that what you got to do? Bet. Jaden, go over there, put all her stuff outside, and, tell her to come get it.
You wouldn't put all her stuff out
You stay in the house now, and we're finna continue this show.
Jaden, you wouldn't put all her stuff out?
Okay, first of all.
Did you put it in garbage bags, suitcases? Do you just drag it out like Angela Bassett?
Because she was showing up. While I'm on house arrest, anything I'm asking her of, because I'm vulnerable. I can't move, I can't, you know. This is when I need a partner.
Yeah.
Which is what I told you I need from jump. I know I need that.
But if she's the one that you could always rely on, why were you even in this situation?
Because she left me. Are you forgetting?
She left you because you were being a mess.
I've been a mess.
Okay.
We had a two-way relationship. We had a relationship where...
But you were doing too much.
I brought another... Listen, the girl prior, I'm lying to her and I'm lying to her. They getting tired of it. They like, man, you lying to me and you lying to her. So she was like, we should just be sister wives. I'm like,
no.
You considering that? Boom. I told the other girl, the girl with the short hair, got instantly jumped on her, Jason. Don't give me no idea. She said, we should be sister wives instantly. Okay, yeah.
But I talking about Jiggy.
No. He's a liar because she posted on her story and was like, oh, we're just sister wives at this point, right? Posted something of me and him. I went to him. I said, oh, this what we doing? I said, bet. Watch it. Bring her over here and see we sister wives then. I'll wait. Who run? Mind you, and when it really transpired, I'm still sitting here like, oh, shit, now what?
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
Anyway, but that don't even have nothing to do with nothing.
So you go and get all her things and throw it in the street.
So no, he's making it seem like it was just some. It was like he called. I left Vegas, right? I left Vegas, had to go back home. As I'm getting off the freeway to go back to my house, he like, where you at? I'm like, getting off the freeway. Where are you at? Like, oh, you need to go to my house, lock it down, take anything that's not mine, put it outside. And I'm like, what? He's like, exactly what I said. And I'm like, okay, like, what does that mean though? And he was like, yeah, just do what I said. So I'm like, what? I'm like, all right.
So you go and do it.
So I was going to do it because it's like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if that meant like.
Just say you wouldn't do that.
Okay, so you threw her stuff out.
So I went to the house and I was like, this is what we doing. So went through it, and anything that I saw that wasn't his or didn't have his name on it was
and
going
did you
outside.
feel good while you were doing it? Like,
no, not at all, because it was just what he asked me to do.
Because I feel like you were smiling ear to ear.
No, I wasn't. I was more. I was
that?
More because I was more calculated because it wasn't like it was like something I plotted to do.
When you pulled her clothes up, you were happy that you were throwing her out.
Well, I just was confused. I didn't have the full story.
Stop. What we're not gonna do? I'm not gonna let you play it out. You were feeling.
Well, I was just feeling. No, I didn't feel validation. I just felt like, oh, look at how the tables turned. More so, it was because
I told you so.
Yeah, because not even I told you so because like how you was showing my daughter's picture on live and how you was talking us out for you and all that. That's not how it went down.
And you mean to tell me, with all that going down, it didn't feel good to be out there throwing?
It was what it was.
You felt good. I'm petty. I know. Okay.
It was what it was.
Now, while she's out here pregnant, now, Chrisean, there's like you're saying that the baby's not yours potentially, and then there's a man online claiming that was his child. Do you believe she was sleeping with other men when you guys were on and off, or even when you were on?
Listen, that's not my baby mama. All right. I got one baby mama and 2 kids. Let's go to the next topic.
So you don't believe the baby that she had is yours? Because you did call me to help you facilitate the baby shower.
I don't believe nothing that girl says, anything that she does. Like you said, when that dude came out, I thought it was funny too. But once she start combating with him and start posting that, oh, they linking up, why is she doing this, why is she doing that, it makes more sense. He said that she stole my car for him and drove it to Baltimore for him.
Well, in all fairness, what I will say, because I get a lot of heat.
If she talking to him
when I tell the truth, hold on. When I tell the truth, I get a lot of heat. She actually gave her phone number to my friend Fredo at my award show last year, and like called him, and I was like, "You're not doing that," because one, I don't like my friends being mixy with celebrities because I like to talk about y'all and then go back to my house and peek through the windows and see what y'all doing. So I've seen that on my own.
Yeah, she's been like that.
And so, okay, so when that's happening, is that when you decide to say, I'm going to change the narrative and not say that's my kid? Because maybe this is not.
No, I just don't believe nothing about her.
But at some point, here's what I'm trying to figure out the timeline, because then y'all came to my birthday party together.
Yeah.
And even though I was drunk and don't remember all the conversation, there's still videos and photos of us together.
I mean, I tried to play a role in that. And the more I tried, the more X'd out I got. And I'm not gonna,
He's saying all of this,
like, did you do it because you were trying to keep the business going and just trying to piece it up, or did you?
I wasn't invited. So.
I actually thought that was my child, and I actually thought that she was gonna do right by that. Okay. So I tried to
make it work.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that time, that's when I was trying to find a situation so that when she did have a child, she could go there.
They're not even married yet.
Stuck to figure it out, but
she just got
so was
that
the on
ring.
and off with this could be my kid, it's not my kid, I'm with her, I'm not with her, was it because you were just trying to figure this out and make it work, or was it because you were addicted to the attention that you were getting on social media or the money that you guys were making?
No, it was really just between me and her relationship, you know. Like I said, when I'm with her, it seems like she's listening, you know. But it's really manipulation because as soon as I exit this room, Jason, she gonna give her number to Fredo, like you just said, you feel me? So it's like once you realize that about somebody, it's like, okay, it's nothing.
Then why did you keep choosing her over somebody who never went back with anybody else when you left?
Because it was kind of unbelievable, you know? If I know her for 2 years, and off that 2 years, it was never that way. So this last couple months, or you know, to when it started, it was kind of like I'm not really believing it. I'm like, are you serious? Like this is what you're doing? Like, you know? So it was just that.
Okay, so
delusional. I was delusional.
So we're talking about this kid, but let's back up. You have 2 kids with Jaden, 2 beautiful kids, a son and a daughter.
Yeah.
Do y'all want any more kids together?
I do.
You got the boy and the girl. You need to just get fixed.
I do. I mean, I want more kids with her. I like kids. I want a lot of kids, you know, but.
Do you want more kids?
Just don't want a lot of baby mamas.
I'm okay right now.
Okay. Is it because you don't know where this is going, or because you just don't want more kids?
Well, I mean, I just kind of like started my music stuff, so I don't really.
You want to focus on that?
Yeah, I'd rather focus on that and get established. And I just, without no ring, I'm not having no kids, babe.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Yeah, she wanted.
Something else I told you privately, besides, you know, maybe drunk flirting or something, was I'm gay. Stop asking your son, is he gay? And you agreed to stop doing that.
Yeah.
When you did that, did you do that for the internet, or did you really just want to ask him if he was gay?
No, I'm actually curious, because can I ask you if you don't mind? Like,
sure.
When did you realize you were gay?
I think 14, I started like having thoughts, because I always had girls as I was younger.
Right.
Yeah, and then 14, so, like, I started like kind of looking around the corner.
What what established you like, I don't even want to indulge in women no more?
It's in my book. I'm gonna get y'all a copy of my book.
I'm asking what.
It was a bad girlfriend.
Okay.
It was a bad girlfriend that led me to kind of just exploring other things, and I happened to just build a relationship with a person that was giving me everything I needed, but it wasn't sexual, and then it became sexual, and then I was like, I was out.
So you were influenced by someone else, care to say?
I wasn't influenced by somebody else.
I'm saying someone else.
Oh, somebody else
opened you up to being gay.
To seeking other experiences, yes.
So there, you know, everybody doesn't have that experience at your age. You know, I've noticed that some people were earlier than others.
Some were born that way.
Exactly. So it's like, when I asked him, I was actually curious to see his answer, really, to see if he's aware. It's more of a test question than like for the internet.
But the question was, why aren't you looking at the strippers? Because you're gay. Your kid is young. He don't need to be looking at strippers anyway.
I mean, I ought to be honest. Those were not strippers. There was no ones being thrown. There was no club being promoted. We were shooting a video, and they're dancing. You know, the kid on the couch was not our kid, so you know they kind of made it bigger than what it was. But my son was the only person present who had the option to do what he wants to do. And
but do you see why people are upset?
No, not at all. How so? When you go to these parades, there's kids there, right?
At the pride parades.
There's kids there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, because a pride parade is similar to going to a Black Lives Matter march. Wait, let me explain. I'm explain. No, let me explain.
You have to
That's a terrible explanation.
Wait, let me explain.
What is the point of this?
You know what I learned about you? When you don't like an answer that you want, you interrupt and control.
It's not an answer that I want. It's just I don't like.
But I don't
like opinionated answers. You know?
Wait, but I can tell you. You're asking my opinion, so
I'm not asking your opinion.
But you can be opinionated.
Okay, let me give you a fact. As a gay person, because I'm the only one in this room, besides everybody that works for me, almost, that can tell you what kids being at a gay parade is. A pride parade is about showing appreciation and pride and equality for the gay community. So for example, Black Lives Matter, people will bring white kids, Asian kids, Mexican kids, black kids. It's because everybody's coming to celebrate the importance of representation and equality for black people. I think for us, why I wasn't mad at you, and more like, I gotta ask him that, because I know you're not homophobic, and I know that you're a good dad, but I think in our community, people don't understand that showing up for the gay community at a pride parade, or being able to have even these conversations that are groundbreaking, whether we acknowledge or not. A rapper, known Crip, talking to an openly gay, happily gay guy about this is like, it changes the optics of people looking, right? And I think that like when you say to your son, are you gay? One, it's your kid. You can talk to your kid however you want. Let's start with that. But I think it's when you're saying it, just understand the impact, because then a lot of people like me didn't know that I was gay at 14 or 7 or 6 or whatever. I evolved into who I am. And a lot of kids get bullied when people think they're gay or think they're gay adjacent. And, you know, sometimes your kid may go to school and now somebody has seen their dad who's super famous and on social media all day long saying this and may say, you gay, and now he's getting taunted. Right. And this little kid who I would want to be like my godson, I'm like, oh, you know, I would want to not have him have an experience that some gay kids may have getting bullied at school.
If I were to be honest, I think that's an insecurity. And I think that the gay community has evolved so much these days that you guys shouldn't be so insecure, because you guys don't mind exposing somebody for being gay, right? You guys don't, don't.
That's not true, because I know.
You guys, listen, you guys don't mind.
Like him taking the glasses.
You guys don't mind flirting with a straight man, right? I feel like it's normalized, right?
Which part?
The LGBT community in 2023 is normal.
Well, that's almost, yeah, I would say that it's more acceptable to be gay now than it was back in the day.
So if I ask you, are you a Christian? Is that offensive to the Christian community?
Well, being a Christian is a choice.
Being gay is a choice.
Not for some people. The gay man sitting here shaking his head right now. I'm telling you.
Being straight is a choice. What do you mean? Everything's a choice. Life's all about choices. That's all we have in life is choices. You choose.
Well, choosing not to have a gay experience is a choice. But having a desire or having a hormonal or...
That's a choice. You're choosing to act upon it. No,
now we're getting into semantics.
We're choosing to put our right foot forward and our left foot second.
Acting on sex is a choice. But sexuality or sexual orientation is not a choice.
No, he's saying he's saying what you desire to like is not your choice. Right. But what you act on is your choice.
That part. So we're saying.
So even if you say you don't like something, it's your choice.
We're talking about two different things, but I understand where the confusion is. Okay, acting on sex, like me right now, if I just choose not to have sex with anybody, doesn't make me gay or straight. It just means I'm not going to have sex. But if I have a desire to be attracted to him or her, that's the sexual orientation. So a kid's orientation, like I can't say that I was as a kid.
Your attraction is in control of your desire. And your attraction is your choice. Right? Jason.
I'm listening.
You can't do this with me.
I'm listening.
I will beat you at every word you try to come.
I'm not Chrisean, you
listen. She likes black guys, right? That's her preference. That's her choice.
Her preference, okay.
You're trying to explain to me that her desire for black men is not her choice, or it's not. She can't control it. It's very much controllable. It's very much. If you wanted to choose not to sleep with another man ever again, you're 100% in control of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're choosing to do this, right?
No. I'm choosing to still have sex. Yes. However,
you're in control of your. You're in control of your entire life.
Let me explain where we're different. You're right. I'm in control of how I act and what I act on.
And what you think.
No. But
you're not in control of your thoughts.
Hold on. I can control if I want to think about eating steak or chicken. But I can't control
if he craves steak or he craves chicken.
And I crave.
No, you can't.
How can you not control it?
Because you can crave shrimp all day, but if you choose to eat chicken because it's not available, then whatever.
Okay. No, but here, let's go back. So to your point, yes. Can I control what I act on? Yes. Can I control?
You can't control your thoughts?
I can control what I act on.
I'm asking you, can you control your thoughts?
Can I control my sexual orientation?
I'm not asking you that, Jason. I'm asking, can you control...
But that's the conversation.
Can you control your brain, yes or no?
No, you can't control what you think. Do you think you're hungry right now? Do you think you're hot?
What you think.
Think about this.
This is an interesting...
Well, because you can't think how I'm thinking right now. Because if you could, you would say...
So pretty much part 2 will be up tomorrow. It's just a lot of it. But I want to know exactly what you guys think at this point. Is it like making you think, well, maybe there's a possibility it is gonna go the way it used to be with Blueface. See, Blueface controls the whole dynamic of this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to understand that if these two women are not smart enough to walk away from the situation, it's gonna continue the way it's continuing. You know, patterns of behavior, the way he treats Chriseanrock, which is not right, because the tone has been set to be that way with her. He's going to continue to be that way with her, because Jaidyn Alexis, who's been in a relationship with him for over 2 decades, or close to 2 decades, she allowed this to happen, so it's going to continue to happen that way. Unless they walk away or put their foot down and stay in a relationship and not allow it, he's going to continue to do what he's doing. He is officially Dre. That's why he got poked. Wack is out of pocket, wrong card. So, I really don't know really what to say about these two. I want to say that I feel bad for them, but how can you feel bad for someone that keeps going back? They're going back because they're loving being with him. So you can't feel bad for somebody that is loving being with somebody who's mistreating them, because then you look like the fool. It says Blueface treats them how they allow them to treat them. Exactly. How are you feeling, Tiffany? When are you going to be leaving the hospital? But we need a speedy recovery for you. So I really don't know too much to say, but I don't want to see it happen, but I really feel like, because number one, the relationship's not going to work, only because I feel like he's not going to be with one woman. That's not the kind of man he is. He doesn't want to be a one woman man. That's it. You can't fault him for it. That's how it is. Hey, Buttercup. So all we got to do is let time tell, and hopefully he's changed by the time he gets out. But listen, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my second channel with the notification bell on, with the option also, you don't miss out on any of these videos. And I will be back on here tomorrow, and if I can't sleep tonight, I might even do a non-scheduled live, if that's even a word. I might not even schedule the live, and I might just come on and kick it with y'all if I can't sleep. If I take a nap too early and wake up early morning, who knows? I might be back up on here. But y'all have a blessed Sunday. I hope y'all cook me a plate. And love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Mwah. Love y'all.